According to the InterNACHI Home Inspection Standards of Practice, the inspectors shall inspect from the ground level or the eaves, the roof covering materials, the gutters and downspouts, vents, flashing, skylights, chimney and other roof penetrations, and the general structure of the roof. The inspectors shall describe the type of roof covering materials and shall report, as in need of correction, any observed indications of active roof leaks. The inspector is not required to walk upon any roof surface.
Welcome. My name is Ray Klein.
I'm Lon Henderson. We're both certified professional inspectors with InterNACHI.
Welcome to our online course. Today we're going to be inspecting this home that's behind us using the InterNACHI Standards of Practice. And from the beginning we're going to start with the roof, and that would be section 3.1. And let's get started.
So now we're going to do the roof inspection. This is 3.1 of our SOP. So obviously the first thing is putting up the ladder and trying to do it properly. So in this case, we're going to extend our ladder up to where it goes above the eave of the roof, a nice distance, so that we have the stability of the upper part of the ladder to hold on to when we're going up. Because this is a nice snowy covered roof and we have some snow on our driveway here, we're going to definitely very carefully check the bottom of the ladder to make sure that it's sitting on a surface that will grip the bottom of the ladder. We also check our angle on our ladder to make sure it has the proper angle on it. Some ladders will have a designation on the edge of it. This one does not, showing you the proper angle for it. So look for that if your ladder happens to have that. So we're looking for stability, good angle on the ladder, and sticking up above the roof so we have something to grab onto as we go up over the edge of the roof. Keep in mind, while walking on a roof is not required by our SOP, many of us will do this because it's just the best way to check a roof, simple as that. But be aware of the pitch of the roof and things. Most people are not comfortable on anything beyond a 6'12" or 6'12" roof. That's 6 inches of rise and 12 inches of horizontal. This particular roof looks like a 4'12" to me, so this is a very comfortable roof to walk on in my experience. And we're going to look at the parts we can see of this roof and base or limit our inspection in our report to qualify that any comments are specifically for the small part of the roof that we can actually see. Let us see what we got up here. Well, we were commenting earlier on the gutters possibly having leaves in them and stuff, and I see some sticks sticking through here. So that's an indication that indeed we have some leaf material, etc. in our gutters that needs to be cleaned out, and maybe that'll help out on getting some of these this ice that we see coming in from the back of the gutters corrected. So we have a relatively small section of our roof actually exposed here. I can see a little piece up there. I don't know whether I'm going to be adventurous enough to try to traverse a short piece of snow to get to it. I don't usually do that. Here on this roof, these are dimensional shingles, or sometimes called architectural shingles. The overall condition isn't too bad, but I do see a little bit of wear pattern in it, indicating some age. And I see maybe a couple of hail impacts on it, although it doesn't look like we have enough to justify a insurance claim. But I'm going to nevertheless take a few photos of those and also put that mention in my report, possible hail damage in my report. But nothing jumping out is a major concern on the small section of roof I can see right now. I see a little hail impact here, which I'll take a photo of. See another one here. But as I said, and generally speaking, generally speaking, I'll repeat that, a hail claim or damage sufficient to trigger a hail damage claim is usually 10 impacts in 100 square feet. So here I'm not seeing anything approaching that level of damage. So it's unlikely they would get an actual hail damage claim here, but nevertheless, we still report what we see. So, generally speaking, unless you're a mountain goat, you're not going to go walking through the snow here. And even if you are a mountain goat, don't do it anyway, because mountain goats all have broken bones also. So, we limit our inspection for what we can see. And here, we can't see a lot. We're definitely going to have a very limited comments on our roof because of our restrictions here with all the snow. But luckily, we can see a part of it, and we'll make a note on the part we can see. So one thing while we're up here, we can check for some loose shingles, and look at that. We got a little bit there. Got one here that's loose. So the nice thing about dimensional shingles are they're still a little more wind resistant than the 3-tab, but nevertheless, they're supposed to be fully adhered. And we have evidence here that they're not. So I'm gonna take a photograph of the shingle not being completely glued down and put that in my report. It's hard for us to determine how extensive a problem this is, and we don't have to. We just make a note that we had some shingles that were not properly adhered. Many are, so there's one that's a little loose, but some aren't, so that's something that we'll want to make a note of. Earlier we were talking about missing kick-out flashing and things, and I can see in our corner above the garage here that we are completely missing any kick-out flashing at all. I have a nice zoom on my camera, so I will zoom in and take a nice photo of that, showing a lack of kick-out flashing there, and we saw evidence when we were down on the ground of icicles in that corner and things too. So good kick-out flashing, always recommended to divert that water away from the wall and into the gutter. And that is all for here.
That concludes section 3.1 roofing of our SOP.